Hello guys, today we are going to discuss veins diseases. Now the first one, most important one is Hammer-Miller's. Now here Hammer-Miller's has venous congestion and hemorrhages. This action is mostly on the walls of the veins. Also you have inflammations like phlebitis, congestions of the veins. Now this is indicated in hemorrhoids, varicose veins, phlebitis, in ecchymosis conditions where there is a lot of bleeding. Mostly it is painless profuse venous bleeding. Now that is, venous bleeding is not active bleeding. Venous bleeding is more passive bleeding, right? Now this is again venous remedy, venous constitutions, hemorrhagic constitutions and all. So it is also a very good remedy for anywhere there is blood, like hemorrhoids and varicose veins, like we have discussed. So it is also complementary to ferrum metallicum, right? Ferrum metallicum, again a very important remedy. Iron, so it is also indicated in many conditions where there is deficiencies, where there is difficulty in absorptions and all. Also the aggravations and ameliorations, takes cold easily is there, and especially warmth and moist affections are also there. Okay, and prickling and phlebitis conditions, prickling, stinging, these kind of pains are also present. So that means the veins walls are affected, so the nerve supply is also affected in Hammer-Miller's. Now coming to lacuses, another important veins remedy, lacuses, blue black color of parts, defections. What happens in lacuses is the decomposition of the blood happens. That means the fluidity of the blood increases and mostly the straw colored blood is present. So you have lots of prostration, lots of weakness, the aversion to a complete body is not accepting the heat. That's same like snakes. And also sleep aggravation is also present, and this constricted feeling will be present. So coming to the blood affections, you have purpura, septic affections, poisoning conditions, fainting spells, but blue purple spots are already there, and cyanosis conditions. Anywhere blue purple parts are there and ulcers are there, they're not healing, lots of pain and lots of blood, you can think of lacuses. Now coming to fluoric acid. Fluoric acid, again a very good remedy for varicosities. Also the opening of the cicatrices, the already closed cicatrices are once now opening, they are fluoric acid, right? And burning stinging pains are always present. The prostration is not much prominent in fluoric acid. It is the only acid which does not have that prostration as such. They have increased ability to exercise and his muscles without fatigue. So that is fluoric acid, right? And again aggravation by warmth, amelioration by cold. Okay, and coming to pulsatilla. Pulsatilla, again you have varicosities in pregnancy. Pulsatilla is having swollen veins in legs in pregnancy also, and you have so many climatic troubles also. You have edematous condition, and also you think heaviness, weariness of the limbs are also present, painful at the night. Now coming to the most important symptom is symptoms worse when the legs are hanging down. Okay, so that is complete a vein symptom, right? Vein affections, aggravation by hanging down, and amelioration by putting legs on a level, right? So that is also present in pulse. Also you have fainting spells, palpitations, aggravation from warmth, and amelioration by cold. Now one thing about vein diseases and the symptoms we are discussing, like therapeutics of veins, it is not only varicose veins we are discussing, it is in general vein affections. And carbo, which has a lot of venous constitutions, like we've discussed in Hammer-Miller's, it also has a lot of bleeding, varicose ulcers or non-healing ulcers, senile gangrenes, venous affections as such. You have a lot of burning pains, you have cramping like sensations are also present in the legs. The most importantly, when we are focusing on the veins as such, as therapeutically, you should also understand the constitution of the drug. Carbo, which is that constitution which is very weak, right? Prostrated, they have cold sweat, they need fanning, so everything is present in carbo, which that should be considered as well, right? And then you have congestions, blood stagnations, you have ecchymosis, and blue icy cold extremities. So that is also present in carbo-veg. So this particular symptom, whether it is GI complaints or whether it is venous complaints, the basic constitution of the appearance of the symptoms carbo-veg is that wouldn't change, right? Now coming to Sikkel core. Sikkel core is a person who is scrawny, right? Shriveled parts. Now, one important thing about Sikkel core and arsenic, it is given in a lot of books that moralities are different. Now, Sikkel core parts are all cold, but again, they are not craving for warmth, or they're not ameliorated by warmth as such. Now, coming to the pathology of vein affections, constriction of unstripped muscle fibers are present, and there is also, that is the reason of the shriveled appearance, and you have predominant anemia, coldness, numbness, mortification of the parts. Now heat sensation is present all over the body, right? Again, the modalities are not so different. Again, you have bluish shriveled parts, you have tingling of the extremities. Coming to hemorrhages of it, hemorrhages of Sikkel core includes the continuous oozing, thin, fetid, and watery black blood. So, also the senile gangrene, you shouldn't forget about that. Also, you have violent pains in fingertips and tingling, worse from heat and better by cold, and uncovering the parts, even though the cold sensation is present in the extremities. Now, coming to vipera. Now, vipera poisoning or vipera drug includes temporary increase in the reflexes, paresis or like paralysis, paraplegia of the extremities that are extending upwards, right? So they are resembling the acute ascending paralysis. So that is a basic pathogenesis behind the vipera poisoning. Also, you have so many complaints where of veins, including the veins inflammation, the swelling of the veins, the bursting sensations. The ailments of the menopause are also present. Cramps are also very prominent in vipera. Now coming to sepia, now I have put this remedy in the last. It is the most important remedy for venous congestions, but you don't have so many characteristic symptoms under sepia for varicosities or veins. But one thing is there is a lot of portal congestion which is present in sepia. The portal congestion increases the venous congestion that will cause stasis, that in general refers or results in pelvic and abdominal affections. So that thing we should remember.